Hi everyone, I am Satish, your course instructor, and welcome to the course Web Technology Laboratory. In this course Web Technology Laboratory, we study the implementation of concepts you learn in Web Theory course, and we design and develop web pages using HTML and other supporting languages. In this video introduction part 1, you can study some basic concepts of web technology which you must know before starting the course. Not just that, you also study the tools we require for web development. This video is followed by another video introduction part 2 where we study the basics of HTML. So let's start the course. As I said earlier, this video is divided into two parts. The first part concentrates on the different basic concepts of web technology and HTML. And in second part, we study about the tools which we require for web development. The tools where we write HTML code, where we execute HTML code. So let us start the video with the introduction of web technology. So the question we have in our mind, what is web technology? Before I answer this question, let me answer few questions about basics of web technology. I will conclude answer of all questions to explain what is web technology at the end of the session. What if I ask you what is the greatest invention of mankind? Everybody would have different answers based on their own interest. But for me, the World Wide Web, which is also known as WWW, why should I call it as the greatest invention? That is because 59% of global population access World Wide Web. How to define World Wide Web? A technology we always use in your mobile. These are the four different concepts, the technologies we use as backbone of World Wide Web. The modern computers, the network concepts which connects these modern computers, the internet protocol which allows us to share information between these modern computers using network, and the website which actually display the information to the user. This is the image you have studied in various subjects. What if I tell you this is the backbone of World Wide Web? Now you connect the dots. I said website is one of the backbone technology for World Wide Web. So what is the website? You visit different websites every day. Facebook, Google, VTU, Amazon, YouTube, Canara, and even free VTU notes and importantquestions.com. And unfortunately, this website does not exist. Before I explain you what is a website, let me explain you what is a web page. Web page is a document which contains various information in the form of text, pictures, videos, and other multimedia elements. This information is arranged and organized in a structure which is displayed by a browser whenever that web page document is opened. Let us look at an example of web page. The author of this web page is sharing different information, an image, a text, and even video on the bottom right corner. You can easily observe one thing here. The image, text, video, these elements here are not displayed on random position. Everything you see on this web page, the position of elements, color, appearance, everything is decided by the designer or author of this web page, and that is called the structure of the web page. Look at every element organized under this structure. For example, the title resume. It was in bottom of the web page. It would have been very odd. Or on the right side there are few icons of social media. Then again he has decided to display some menu and an image on the left corner. So there is a text displayed on the right corner. Even about the text, look at the text, there is a structure for it. For example, the title, tagline, and no more button which gives more details. The colors, the appearance of this text is everything is pre-decided. And even at the bottom of the web page, his personal information he is displaying, their style, color, font, everything is decided and coded. Even the video on the bottom right corner. We know what is a web page. It is just a way of displaying various information in the form of elements like image, text, video, or any other multimedia elements in an organized manner so that the viewer can be convinced. Let us go back to our actual question. So we were searching what is a website. Now website is nothing but a collection of different web pages which are related to some concept. For example, if it is an engineering college website, you can see different web pages for different departments to display different informations. It is complete injustice if you define a website simply as collection of web pages. There is much more thing in website concept. Website is a set of related web pages in a single computer, and it can be accessed from any corner of the world by other computers through browser. So all the website related information will be there in a computer called server, and from any other computer as clients we can view web pages of that website using browser. But how these computers are connected? Yes, exactly. That is through World Wide Web. Do you remember what is the first question I asked in this video? What is web technology? So I believe now you are able to define web technology. Web technology is a way to deliver information across the world using internet from one server computer to every user's browser. So this is about web technology, which includes concepts like network, internet, web pages, websites, and altogether World Wide Web. But in the past few years, the web technology has stopped bothering about its building block technologies like computer network and World Wide Web. However, over the past few years, web technology tend to focus more specifically towards creation, maintenance, and development of web-based applications only. That is websites to be specific. Let us start another important section of this video, HTML. What is HTML? HTML is abbreviation for Hypertext Markup Language. It is a markup language to put together the structure of a web page. What I mean is we write HTML code to design a web page. But what is the meaning of design of a web page? The design is a planning process to decide which element appears on the web page. We cannot simply dump every information we have on a web page and make it a big mess. So it is very important to make a list of elements which should be displayed on the web page. So once we complete this first phase of design, next we have to decide where those elements should appear on the web page. That means deciding position of every element on the web page. This is the second phase of the design. And the last phase of design is to decide how should selected elements appear on selected place of the page. This is all about deciding different attributes of those elements. The attributes like size, color, alignment, etc. What are attributes? Attributes are nothing but the properties of an element. Every element has one or more property which gives that element an appearance or a look on the web page. For example, if text is an element, then the attributes are like color or font size and even alignment of the element, because every time I change color, font size or alignment, such attributes, the text appears different on the web page. For example, if image is an element, then height and width of the image are attributes, because as we vary height and width of the image, the size of the image appears different. This is all about small introduction of HTML. Even though HTML is very important in designing web pages and website, HTML is not a programming language. This is very important to differentiate between a programming language and a markup language. A programming language has logical and computational capability. Also, programming language can instruct a computer to do some operation. But markup language on other hand is static and is only used to organize data in a specific structure. HTML in our case is used to give structure to a web page. So HTML is building block of web page, but HTML is not a language. This is the last and one more important section of this video. In all previous sections, we discussed about HTML and creation of web pages using HTML. But to be honest, actually we don't know how to structure a web page using HTML practically. To begin designing web page using HTML practically, we need to have answers for some of questions. Where to write HTML code, where to store that HTML file, and how to run the HTML code to look at the web page we have structured. For all these questions, I have only one answer. Tools. We require tools which helps us to write, store and run the code. The first tool we require is a web browser. The web browser executes the HTML code you have written and display the web page with element and attributes you mentioned in the HTML code. You are using different web browsers in your mobile, laptop or computers. Here I prefer Google Chrome. The another tool we require is a text editor. Text editor allows us to type the HTML code. We have lot of text editors available for the different purpose. The list I mentioned here are text editors for writing different language codes. I prefer Notepad++. Along with these two tools, we require one more separate tool to convert our system into a server to host our web pages. So there are different tools available for this purpose. Since most of us are using Windows operating system, the XAMPP tool is preferable. But based on the operating system you are using, we can install different tools which convert our system into a server. Here is the list of tools I have installed in my laptop. So I have installed Google Chrome as a web browser and Notepad++ as the editor. The XAMPP server I have used just because I am using Windows operating system. Try to install latest version. The installation process is pretty straightforward. You just download the software through internet, double click and install it. So once installation of all these three tools are done, we can start coding the web page using HTML. So now where to write HTML code? As I have told you earlier, open your editor, whatever the editor you have installed, then create a empty file and write your code and save it. Now where to save it? It depends on the tool you are using. XAMPP, LAMP and a few more web servers. You have to save your file with HTML extension in the directory called htdocs inside XAMPP installation folder. I will show this again at the end of the slide. Now one more question we are having is how to run the code. This is very simple, straightforward process. If it is a HTML file you have saved, then you can simply double click on that file and open it in a browser. You can see the web page you have designed. Or there is one more method, a standard one, where you open a web browser, enter URL of your page just like you open any other URLs. And what is the URL for your system? See, your laptop itself is the server now because we have installed a web server. So IP address of your laptop itself is the server name, and that is nothing but localhost. You need not to give IP address of your own system. You can mention it as a localhost or even IP address works. So HTTP localhost and then filename.html. So if we give this, I'll show this again at the end of the slide. So this is how we can write, save and execute a HTML code. Now I will give you a quick demonstration on the steps I have explained in slides on how to write a HTML code to design a web page and then save it and execute the code. Please install an editor, a browser and a web server to follow what I explain in this video. So let me start. First step is to start the web server. So go to the web server. Here I am using the XAMPP and this is the control panel of it. I am actually starting the Apache server here. So now I have got port number and PIDs. That means the Apache server has been started. Our next step is to go to editor and write the HTML code. I have used Notepad++ editor here. So I will open a new file. Actually I have to write here HTML code, but I will copy already written code to save some time. So this is the HTML code to design a profile page. That means resume of a person. Now the next step is to save this HTML file. I have installed XAMPP in C drive, so I will go to C drive and find the XAMPP installation folder. You can see here there's a folder called XAMPP. I'll open that folder. Inside that folder I'll see htdocs directory. So within htdoc directory I have to save my file with a name and extension. So let me give name of the web page as profile. The extension as HTML. So now it's time to save the file. So this is a very simple step and the file has been saved. So I will close the editor and now I will go to my web browser and try to open the page I have created using the URL of localhost. So I will use the localhost as a domain name followed by the web page name with extension. So let us hit the enter and have a look at my web page. This is the web page where there is a title, there is an image of the person the resume belongs to, and different details that should be there in a resume. So this is the way how we work with writing the code, saving it, executing it. See, we can look at here. I'll go to my exam control panel again and stop my Apache server. And I try to reload the web page. And it gives the error. That is because the server is off now. I cannot access it as a client. So I will restart the server. And now the web page is back. And any other doubts like how to check the errors in the code we have written as soon as we start laboratory programs. Thank you.